Good day, dear listeners. This is Ryan.
And this, my friends and listeners, is Kyle.
And the thing that you happen to be listening to right now is
The Doctor's Watcher, the cheerleader enthusiasts podcast about every episode of Doctor Who.
Rah, 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 Doctor Who, Doctor Who.
Rah, 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 we like you.
Dang, we're better cheerleaders than I expected. Awesome.
Nice.
I expected that to be utter shite, and it was only kind of shite.
Yeah, I think we did pretty well on the shite meter.
Yeah, which, by the way, listeners, unfortunately for you, you couldn't see our jumps and our leg kicks and the pom-poms, so you're just going to have to imagine that part.
Yeah, totally. That was probably even better than what you heard.
Right. So, yeah, maybe we can have a special outtake of the video recording of this episode for the, $3.50 a month tier of our patrons.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, patrons, keep an eye on your emails for that.
Yeah. So how have you been, Kyle?
I've been doing all right. Yeah, not a whole lot going on since our last episode. Mostly just recording more Doctor Who.
Nice. Yeah, about the same. Although, one very interesting little thing that happened in between both of these episodes was I had a drink of water.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right on. Yeah, I stretched a bit. That was pretty good.
Yeah. My back popped. I got a really good one, so I was happy with that. But I do have some kind of fun things that happened before we recorded these episodes, and the main one was that my partner and I took a vacation to the Caribbean land of Aruba.
Nice. Yeah, that sounded like a lot of fun.
It was. It really was. We took yours and my mom this time, so that was nice. It's always fun to get to spend time with her, particularly in a vacation type setting. So that was awesome. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it went really well. It was super relaxing. I feel like there's just some kind of like je ne sais quoi of being in, an island / ocean type environment. I'm sure the fact of being on vacation has something to do with it, but like, I personally just feel like almost healthier, like less aches and pains and more energy and stuff kind of to do things. And I don't know, better breathing from the fresh ocean air. It's subtle or something, but I definitely feel like there's something there. Yeah.
Whenever we go to like a beach town or whatever, I feel a similar way.
Yeah, it's like there's just something healthy about it, or maybe it's just getting out of the unhealthy, like suburban / city air that both of us live near,
mm-hmm.
or in, surrounded by amongst the gases.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was great. As per usual, I got pretty sunburned the first full day that we were there, mostly on my feet. They were like so deep red, it almost looked purple.
Oh, shit.
I was actually kind of scared that it was going to like hurt incredibly bad. But we had this aloe stuff that had lidocaine in it, and I think it must have been that worked magic, because honestly, it really didn't hurt that bad.
Nice.
Like I was running around in, flip-flops, and there's like beach sand, and beach sand tends to kind of get in flip-flops, the little strap area. And that really bothers me. Like just in general, like I don't enjoy that feeling. But you know what? Like I thought it was going to be so much worse with a sunburn and stuff, but I guess that lidocaine really came in clutch, because
Nice.
it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we spent a bunch of time on the beach. We spent some time doing like photos and stuff, because we have a friend out there who's a photographer that we met a few years ago, and we hired him, but he's really cool and nice guy. So we kind of hung out with him a bit and did another photo shoot. Also, we ate a whole bunch of really good food. We hung out in a cabana and did some snorkeling near there. Saw a bunch of pretty awesome fish. The coolest ones were these bluefish that were probably like maybe 1.5 foot or almost 2 feet long. They're pretty sizable. But they were like light teal blue with like black and yellow and red like spots and kind of stripes. I have no idea what type of fish they were, but man, they looked freaking cool.
Nice.
We also saw a bunch of iguanas and flamingos. I can't remember if I already mentioned, but we ate a ton of good food. And so that was excellent, very restorative. Came back and went to work, and that just felt like the dumbest possible thing to do. But then I remembered I needed money to survive, so I kind of sucked it up.
Yeah, I kind of went through a similar thing coming back from Comic-Con.
Yeah, it's like, why am I doing this to myself? Like, why do I live this way? And then it's like, oh yeah, and because I like to eat.
Because like I have a house and stuff.
Yeah, I like, roofs over me when I'm sleeping, or at least, one roof. And I do enjoy putting food into my mouth more than starving.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, anyway, that was pretty cool. One other thing that I've been doing just recently, which was impossible to do until just recently, was I've been watching the new Alien Earth TV series, which is awesome. I've always loved the Alien movies. Alien, Aliens, Aliens 3, the fourth one. Mostly the first two, though. They're the classics. But
I think I've only ever actually seen the first one. I should at least see Aliens.
Yeah. Personally, the first one is my favorite. Aliens is also excellent. But to me, it rings a lot like Terminator. Or I think I'm mixing it. Maybe it's Terminator 2, where it's got like, the hip homeless kid that he like teams up with. Mm-hmm. And the kid's got a lot of like one-liners and I don't know, kind of goofy shit. Like, it's got that late 80s, early 90s, like kids saying goofy shit, kind of comic relief kind of thing going on. It's not as bad as the Terminator series, but yeah, there was one quote that I've said quite a bit. Like the kid goes, "They mostly come out at night. Mostly." It's like, Jesus, fucking, I don't know. There's just something that it feels so like jammed in there for audience, to please the audiences or something. But there is a kitty cat, so that's cool. And the cat survives. Sorry for the spoiler, but the cat does survive. By hiding in a garbage can, if I remember right.
Nice.
But anyway, because of that, I also have 2 jokes for this episode. And the first joke is alien related. So there were 2, pilots sitting around in the cockpit on the Nostromo, which is the spaceship of the first Alien movie. Mm-hmm. And they're drinking their coffee, and one pilot says to the other, "Hey, I've just got black coffee here, but I wanted to add some milk. Do you know where the milk is? And can you find the milk? Because I can't find it." And the other pilot says, "In space, no one can. Here, use cream."
Nice.
And then, the other joke is, so there's a little girl who's walking, deeper and deeper into this dark forest with a creepy guy. And the little girl's like, "Mister, I'm getting really scared. This is very scary for me." And the creepy guy goes, "You think you're scared? I'm the one that has to walk back on my own."
Nice.
Yes, thank you. I can hear the audience clapping. You're welcome.
Ryan is taking his bow toward the camera.
Yep, and doing a few more cheerleader moves.
Mm-hmm. The like bouquets of flowers are like flying into view and landing at your feet.
Right. Ow, that one just hit my head.
Well, on that note, shall we discuss the 4th episode of the Macra Terror?
Indeed, let's do. Hopefully, if nothing else, to stop these flowers.
Yeah, you can like calm down with the flowers now, audience. It's cool. Like, we appreciate it, but
how did you get so many flowers? God damn.
We'll have to mention that to the next venue. Like, maybe don't allow so many flowers in.
Right, and at least not ones with thorns.
So, do you recall our Cliffdingler?
So our heroes had joined a very cool gang, the Danger Gang, and had run up into a conflict against the tunnel crabs, and the tunnel crabs were, or I guess there's one tunnel crab that's about to fight Jamie, and then also the local official named Officia is about to pump even more poison gas, or has been pumping poison gas into the tunnels, and I think he's even about to pump more in, which will, of course, choke the members of our good guy team that are still down there.
Right.
Which I think is everyone but the Doctor and Polly.
Yeah, the Doctor and Polly are together in the pit head. Jamie's down in the tunnels, in the poison gas tunnels. And Ben, I'm not sure exactly where Ben is at the moment, but he's kind of been like trying to regain his own senses instead of being brainwashed.
Yeah. I was trying to recall where he was too. I guess he'll turn up when it's time.
And poor Medoc presumably got eaten by a Macra, as far as we know.
Mm-hmm. Or pinched in half or something.
So Jamie is, like we said, down still in the mining shaft, which is full of this poison gas. And he's coughing. It doesn't actually really seem to be any worse than that, though. Like, he's just coughing. He's not, like, passing out or anything. Even though, like, Officia has turned the gas up to full pressure. And, like, earlier, Officia just kind of had, like, a face full of gas, and that was enough to make him pass out. But guess maybe
we know Jamie's a tough customer.
These Highlanders are made of stronger stuff.
Right. They're used to gas.
Yeah, he's smelled plenty of cow farts.
Right. And, hanging out with his whole Highlander, buddies. Like I'm sure they've built up some kind of gas resistance.
Yeah, I can't imagine that haggis like passes through that cleanly.
Right. I mean, it's got sheep lung in it, which I recently found out. That sounds disgusting.
Yeah, seriously. So the Doctor and Polly, meanwhile, are checking pressure gauges up at the pit head, and Officia is trying to get rid of the doctor, but the doctor is just kind of like trying to confusingly fast talk Officia while he continues messing with a bunch of shit.
But after all, 3 times 3 is 9, and if you divide by half its own cubic capacity to the formula of pi over 4 squared, I think you'll have to agree with me.
Clearly, yes. That's what I was thinking.
So yeah, he continues messing with shit, and when he's done, Polly says that the pressure gauge that used to read 0 now reads full pressure, and the one that used to read full pressure now reads 0. So apparently that's going to be like fresh air blowing into the mining tunnels.
Nice. I mean, that one seems like a convoluted logical problem, but okay, I'll go along with it.
Fish is just like, dude, we're going to like change the gas back. Like, you only delayed us. You didn't like really do anything. And meanwhile, Control is like, what the fuck happened? Why is the gas not flowing anymore? Like, get it back on. And Officia calls for the guards, but the doctor is like, hey, can I just roll a quick sleight of hand check? I want to pickpocket Officia's keys, which he does and is successful. So he and Polly are basically able to like lock the guards out of the pithead control room.
Nice.
The guards start like trying to bust their way in basically. And so Polly and the doctor head out through a different door just as the guards do bust in. And, you know, they're able to shut their door and lock it. And they look around at their surroundings and find themselves in...
Well, looks rather like a cupboard with a lot of pipes.
I would say more of a corridor than a cupboard, but maybe that's a British usage, who knows?
Yeah, sometimes there's large cupboards, I guess.
Yeah. So the doctor, of course, like starts following these pipes, but Polly's not so sure about this.
Doctor, I think these are the pipes that carry the poisonous gas.
Yes, very likely.
Well, don't you think we'd better stay here?
Stay here? I'm not spending the rest of my life with a lot of old pipes.
Why not? Anyway, okay.
She keeps protesting, but like he's already heading down, you know, following the pipes down the cupboard, so she follows after him. Jamie, meanwhile, gets grabbed by the Macra's giant crab claw, but when the fresh air starts rushing into the shaft, the Macra seems to weaken, and Jamie's able to escape and continues making his way down.
Oh, okay. So I was wondering if the Macra like needed or liked that gas to be strong.
Yeah, but I think that's kind of what the doctor has hypothesized, is that the Macra need the gas, basically.
So then what does that mean for the other times we've encountered the Macra up on the surface level when they seemed super scary? And like,
yeah, there's no gas.
Like they're ripping people up. Yeah.
Are they
so
just
what the fuck?
Holding their breath or what?
Yeah, did they just like huff a bunch of gas like around the corner or something and then came out all angry or what?
So Jamie's heading down the mine shaft. I should say that like this whole time when I've been saying down, I mean down as in like down a corridor, not like vertically down. It's like a horizontal mine shaft.
Okay.
But he comes across this old elevator and takes it up to exit the mine shaft back into the colony. And he comes across this room in the colony where the colony cheerleaders are rehearsing.
Let them know, let them know.
Let them know they're happy.
Greet the morning with a shout.
Everyone up, the sun is out.
Rah, rah, rah.
Rah, rah, rah. Cheers for the colony. We're the gang that works the hardest and we must obey. Obey Control, ring the bell.
Rah, rah, work well.
Ring the bell.
Oh, that's much better, but we'll do it again, and this time with more feeling.
Wow. Cheerleading and brainwashing. That is incredible.
Yeah, it was really pretty funny, actually. I really enjoyed that scene. I had to actually show it to my partner afterwards.
Awesome.
So they're like going through their rehearsal, and he tries to sneak through the room unnoticed. And, you know, he rolls his sneak check. It's kind of borderline. So he actually gets like most of the way through the room, but he gets noticed like just as he approaches the door on the other side. So the leader of the cheerleaders is like, "Oh, are you like one of the dancers?" And Jamie's like, "Yep, totally. One of the dancers."
Lord of the Dance, as a matter of fact.
So
that's Irish, isn't it?
The cheerleader leader asks to see his dance, and you know, Jamie doesn't really have any choice but to do it. So he raises one arm and like puts his other hand on his hip, and the framing of the animation very carefully does not show his feet as his character model kind of bounces up and down.
Nice. Dang, this sounds like an episode to watch. Hell yeah.
Say, that's very good. What do you call it? The Highland Fling. Why do you call it the Highland Fling?
Because we finished the dance by flinging ourselves out the door.
Oh, that's very good. Come on now. Rah, 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 rah.
Which he does right into Ola, the chief of police, who just happens to be on the other side of the door with some guards.
Excellent.
The cheerleader leader is like, "Oh, he's one of the dancers," and Ola's like, "No, you fucking idiot, he's one of the strangers." Ben's there, and Ola asks Ben to identify Jamie, which he does. And Jamie seems like truly hurt by this when he's like,
Ben, you give me away.
and Ben seems like kind of shocked and upset with himself.
Well, he should be.
Hello, Doctor's Watcher listeners. We are your servants. We do not need guns, but we do need your 5-star ratings and reviews. No more than 5 stars to be seen together at any one time. We are ready to teach these human beings the law of the Doctor's Watcher. Back to the show.
Polly and the doctor are still making the way down the pipe cupboard, and they can faintly hear the voice of the controller, but not like over the speaker. It's like making, you know, one of the standard control announcements, but it's, you know, they're hearing it like faintly live, it sounds like. And they end up finding this porthole to peer through into what looks like a colony control room that's like filled with the green poison gas and has several Macra in it. The doctor starts comparing them to germs in the human body.
They're like germs in the human body. They got into the body of this colony. They're living as parasites.
Make it sound like a disease.
Polly, that's what I think they are.
It's like a fart disease.
So he starts examining the pipes more. He figures that probably some of them pump the gas into the control room. Probably others are outflow pipes. So he wants to figure out like which pipes are which or whatever. And Polly gets the idea that they should bring the pilot here to show him and like prove that these creatures really do exist. Of course, you know, anyone who says that they saw them gets like taken for reprogramming or whatever. The pilot is in his office. Ola has brought Jamie, and Ola and the pilot start arguing with each other. Ola is basically accusing the pilot of lack of control and authority ever since the strangers arrived.
They come and go as they please, and even now 2 of them are still missing.
The doctor and Polly actually show up like at the door of the pilot's office in time to hear this. So the doctor kind of goes into like super smarmy mode.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Well, everyone is up bright and early, and the last 2 strangers are not missing after all. Oh, come now. We can't have bad temper and differences of opinion in this happy type colony. Say you're sorry, Ola. Say you're sorry, pilot.
Nice. What are you guys doing? This is supposed to be a utopia.
So he starts trying to talk to the pilot and like take him to come see the Macra, but he's not saying like, let's go see the Macra. He's just saying like, come with me. I've got to show you something. But the voice of the controller interrupts.
This is Control. Everyone is to return to work immediately. This order includes all executives. It includes the pilot. Everyone back to work immediately.
So, pilot's like, well, guess I can't come. And Polly and the doctor are like, no, dude, like, don't listen to that. Like, come with us. Like, we've got to show you this super important thing. And the voice of the controller gets like more and more agitated. It's telling him to like get back to work and arrest the strangers and everything. So Ola tells the guards to arrest the doctor and everyone and the pilot, because the pilot like is starting to go with them. But the pilot is like, no, I'm still in charge here. I'm still the pilot, and sends them back to their quarters. So the guards and Ola, I guess, all leave, but they're like, we're not, we're going to be back or whatever. Like, this doesn't end here, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So he and the doctor leave. Jamie and Polly are kind of discussing how Ben has been seeming more like his old self recently. Then they notice that he has also left. The doctor and the pilot go to the pit head. Ben is kind of like sneaking along behind them. And he stays in the pit head control room. He's still like kind of hiding, up on a catwalk or whatever in the pit head control room as the doctor leads the pilot into the forbidden mine shaft and takes him to the porthole that he and Polly found earlier. So the pilot can and does see the Macra for himself. Meanwhile, the voice of Control announces, over the loudspeakers that the pilot is no longer in charge of the colony. Ola is now, and the pilot must be arrested. The pilot and the doctor are, still looking through the porthole at the Macra in the control room, and the doctor's kind of explaining what's going on, about how, the Macra have kind of been like exploiting the colony to mine the gas for themselves, et cetera, et cetera. And like, as soon as the pilot actually realizes what's happening here, he's like, oh yeah, fuck these creatures.
Nice.
What are they, Doctor? I mean, some monstrous form of bacteria, insects, or what? I don't know, but you must fight them.
Bro, they're crabs. It's crabs.
Yeah, they're giant space crabs, dude.
Duh.
The doctor tells him that he needs to take full control of the colony himself, defying control, like now that he knows what control is. So, he seems apprehensive about defying control, but the doctor's like, no, dude, like, look through this porthole. Like, remember, they're giant crabs. Like, you need to deal with shit. So
Nice.
They head back to the pit head. Ola is there waiting to arrest them, and Control tells him to lock them in the pipe room. So he does. Control then tells him to clear the building.
Guards and workers are to return to the hall for music.
I obey, Control.
It will take precisely 4 minutes. and then it will be safe for everyone to return to work. 4 minutes.
That's enough time for like one song.
So yeah, all the guards and workers go to listen to one song in the other building as, of course, a bunch of poison gas starts flooding into the pipe room and everyone starts coughing. I was thinking that, Jamie was definitely in the abandoned mine shaft for longer than 4 minutes, and there was plenty of gas there, so I'm not sure if Control or the Macra are like underestimating how long it might take, but I guess we'll see.
Fair enough.
So they're all coughing. Polly starts banging on the door, and Ben is there on the other side. He, was still hiding in the pithead control room and didn't evacuate the building with everyone else. But he can't open the door to let them out either. It's locked, and he doesn't have the key, and his lockpicking skill is really low, so it's like hardly even worth bothering to roll.
Damn it, Ben, but good try at least. Glad he's back on board.
The doctor starts, shouting through the door at him, not shouting like angrily, just shouting to be heard, and tells him to go find the inflow and outflow switches on the main control panel. So Ben goes to look for him. Control, of course, notices this through like the video surveillance or whatever.
The other stranger has recovered. He is now dangerous. He will no longer obey Control. The fourth stranger is trying to help his friends. He is no longer one of us. He must be stopped at once.
The doctor tells Ben to turn both inflow and outflow on, and to get ready to throw the lever that's near inflow and outflow on the control panel. And the voice of Control is like shouting about it the whole time. He's telling Ben not to do it. He's telling the doctor like not to say it. And Control is saying that like the doctor's trying to destroy the colony by causing this huge explosion or whatever. But, Ben does what the doctor tells him to do and turns them both on. And meanwhile, I guess guards have come back from the other building because they're now like banging on the door to try to get in and stop him. But the doctor gives Ben the order to throw the lever, and he does before the guards are able to get into the room. And as soon as he throws the lever, the voice of Control like screams, "No!" And we hear like several explosions.
Oh.
We just cut to like some time later. We're now in one of the colony's common rooms where, there's sort of like electro organ music is playing and baton wavers are doing their thing. The colonists are like clapping along with the music. Everyone's happy. And the pilot thanks the strangers for saving the colony and announces that there will be a dance festival held every year in their honor, and winners of this dance festival will receive the Stranger's Trophy.
Hell yeah. Fucking awesome. I want a dance festival held in my honor every year.
Yeah, seriously.
Someday.
Ben goes to chat with the doctor. The doctor seems like he's having a great time.
Doctor, relax, relax. More haste, more waste. Pleasure is for you to taste.
Agreed. Couldn't agree more.
But Ben's like,
yeah, I just heard it on the grapevine. They're going to draft us as members of the colony and make you the next pilot.
They can't do that to me. Let's get out of here.
I guess in the original episode, there are like a few more lines of dialogue about how they should follow Jamie's lead and dance their way out. But I guess for whatever reason, those lines got cut from the animation. We just kind of like zoom out and we cut to like a wide shot of the colony as the colony music plays. And then like after an appropriate amount of time, the Doctor Who music fades in to replace the colony music, and the words on the screen say Doctor Who Patrick Troughton.
Nice. So I guess the Cliff Dingler on this one is how well can they all do the Highland Fling?
Uh-huh.
Since it seems like we didn't quite get to see that, which is a little disappointing if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I think the animation probably cheaped out a little bit there.
I really want some Highland Fling action, but that's okay. I'm picturing it in my head, and it's probably better than what they would have animated.
Yeah, probably.
Well, that's cool. They didn't get macrified in the end.
Yeah, I guess they're too early along in their evolution. Got to spend a few more million years before they become crabs.
Right. I mean, for all we know, these Macras were humans, that evolved into that and then came back in time just to kind of, prey upon the pathetic, weak, non-crab humans.
Yeah, totally.
But yeah, cool. Lots of interesting things about that serial. Like the fact that they kind of didn't really say Macra that much or like explain it.
Uh-huh.
You just sort of have to assume. Lots of dancing, lots of fart jokes, lots of Doctor doing funny / like almost dumb stuff, but not, of course with the Doctor, it's never dumb. Like he always sort of knows what he's doing.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, very, very humorous and funny stuff that he was busting out this time, which I appreciate.
Yeah, totally. I thought it was pretty fun. His kind of whole like smarmy bit about, can't have this arguing in the utopia, and all the math stuff was pretty fun.
Right.
We already mentioned that.
That was awesome.
In the earlier one.
Yeah.
But
11 out of 10.
Uh-huh.
Which is, clearly someone who says that is a math understander. Would you recommend the serial to our average listener / watcher?
Yeah, I mean, this serial has giant space crabs in it. It could have even more giant space crabs than it did, but some giant space crabs are better than no giant space crabs.
Very true.
But yeah, I thought it was a pretty fun serial. The colony is like kind of this great weird flavor of utopia dystopia, where they've got this. I have a hard time even describing some of the music that the colony plays. It's like kind of adjacent to elevator music, but it's like sort of electronic, sort of just like organ stuff, but like kind of like a background of like an intermission maybe, or like on hold on the phone or something. But everyone in the colony like seems to really enjoy it and like clap along with it and stuff. It's really fun.
Awesome.
They've got the whole thing about like playing the sort of like 60s TV commercial choir to like announce the shift change and like pep everyone up to do their jobs and shit. They've got like the cheerleaders and everything. Like, I don't know, the colony itself was just like a really weird and fun flavor of dystopia.
Yeah, that's cool. Like, I've heard from people who work at Walmart that like before their shifts they do really dumb chants and like claps and stuff, but the ones in this show sound pretty awesome.
Uh-huh.
And I kind of wish my work had that.
Yeah, seriously. And yeah, so And like I've been saying about, how I've been watching it, is the animated version that the BBC made that's just on their YouTube channel for free. So it's easily accessible. So I would say that this is a pretty good one to watch. It's pretty easy to even watch the whole serial in one sitting. It's like, an hour and 40 minutes or something.
Nice. Yeah, I think this one I definitely would like to watch. Because, it sounds quite entertaining, and actually keeps coming up in my YouTube recommendations.
Nice.
I think because I was doing research on some of the sounds for undisclosed reasons at this point.
Uh-huh.
But
they've probably heard it at this point.
Oh, yeah, I guess that would make sense. For that thing you already heard, listeners, the mid-roll that Kyle created, that's so cool.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure
that's
which
kind of a weird
episode
thing
of the
to think
serial we'll
about.
drop it on, but
yeah, I'm sure the listeners loved it, but I have no idea how it's even going to sound yet. But I'm excited to hear it too.
Yeah. So that cool mid-roll that was new probably a couple episodes ago. Yeah, Ryan made the sounds for that. It was cool.
yeah, good times. All right, cool. Well, any further notes on this episode or the serial?
No, I think that was all I had for this one. I guess we'll wait to see exactly how the next one starts, but I suspect this is probably a good spot for anyone to drop in their fanfics of what's happening with this current set of Doctor and companions. Since we didn't see like the start of the next one already.
Right. Yeah, I think if I were to drop in a fanfic, it would absolutely be some kind of love triangle between Ben, Polly, and Jamie, and then like the Doctor perhaps cheerleading it, or maybe like in the background chanting like crabs, 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 crabs. And then like instead of like any kind of resolution, they would all just end up chanting crabs, 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 crabs.
Nice. Yeah, I would read that one.
All right, cool. Well, thanks, Kyle, for taking us through this gassy, crabby cereal. This was a super fun one.
Indeed. Thanks for coming down the gas-filled mine shaft with me. I think we're safe to take our gas mask off now.
Right, after the Beano that we ate before this episode, I think probably will be okay.
Hopefully our audio hasn't been too muffled by wearing them.
Right. Okay, cool. Well, listeners, thanks for tuning in. If you wish to contact us about our scientific inconsistencies about our crab fiction, that would be the Dr. Watcher at Gmail. I think that's right, Kyle?
I think so. It might be Doctor's Watcher.
I can never remember which one has the S. And if you prefer Blue Sky, it's either the Dr. Watcher or the Doctor's Watcher at Blue Sky. Busky, I mean.
And you can find out for sure on both of those by looking at the show notes.
Yes. Wait, how would they find the show notes if they didn't know? You'll figure it out, users, listeners. Oh, I guess they already have the show notes because they are listening to the episode. Whoa. See, I'm a mathlete too. I'm so good at logic.
Nice.
All right. Well, until next time, crabs, 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 crabs,
crabs.
Bye.
Bye.
Say, how did you get there?
Oh, well, I was just, as a matter of fact...
Oh, I see. You're one of the dancers.
Oh, one of the dancers? Oh, I'm afraid, yes, I'm one of the dancers.
And you've got your dance ready?
My dance? Yes, it's ready.
Well, go ahead. I'll see it now.
You'll see it now.
And don't forget, you have to be very good to get into the Happy Colony finals. We want something gay and cheerful.
Gay and cheerful.
Have you any music?
Oh, no, I don't need it.
Go ahead. We'll pick up the rhythm and clap to it. All right?
All right.
Well, come on. Get on with it. We haven't got all day.
Oh, aye.
And three, and say, that's very good. What do you call it?
The Highland Fling.
Why do you call it the Highland Fling?
Because we finished the dance by flinging ourselves out the door.
Oh, that's very good. Come on now. Row, row,